Morning everyone. We are cubing it today. I've got some bits and bobs I need to sort out with wifey's car. We need to get to work early. Changed the brakes we did last night. Got the discs and the calipers on. Spacers all torqued up. And basically now I need to wait for the brake pads so I can slot them in and get the car out. We have a Volvo coming in today, which is having some USBs for, I think he wants phone charging in the centre, but he also wants me to fit and hardwire a sat-nav that he's going to go and buy in the corner of the windscreen, but obviously run the cable so that he doesn't need to see it. That's happening today. I've also got a reverse camera to do, which I think is on a camper VW. But other than that, yeah, cracking on with stuff. But we got to fit a new radio in here for wifey. She's due for an upgrade, so we're fitting a 98 in here, bigger screen for her, floating screen. She's wanted one of them for a long time, ever since we got rid of the Sony. She didn't like the Sony because of the matte finish, but obviously the Pioneer, the Kenwood, they're kind of more like a bit of a brilliant screen, so you get a bit better contrast. The brightness I think is nicer, the screen looks nicer. I like Sony's way of thinking in kind of like more of a classy stereo. It's a great idea, but I just don't think it sells. The matte finish is not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, and I think they want that kind of sparkly, shiny look. That's the thing that they want to see. But that's happening today. It's Thursday. Gosh, losing days. Gonna go off to the shops, get a coffee, start the day. Morning all the boys, morning the regulars. Hello everyone, good to be back. See you soon.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Morning dudes, what are we at, Thursday? Yes. We had a couple in already. I did a Maserati to exchange the auxiliary port and USB in the front of it. We just finished this T5. It's an older girl. The air vent, not the air vent, sorry, the speaker grill over there, we have to remove that to get the A-pillar out. Let's put a reverse camera in it, but unfortunately that thing just sheer exploded. There's the reverse camera. So this one's done. I'm now going to put a new radio in wifey's car for her. She'd been complaining. She didn't like the other one, so we're going to swap it for a better one. So that's next, and then it's lunchtime, and then what we got in this afternoon? Volvo, I think. I've got USBs and stuff. See you soon. Morning everyone.
Was £12, now £8.
Turn that garbage down. Right, okay, Friday. Knackered, I feel so tired. Been a busy week. We are still waiting on brake pads for this thing. The parts people stitched me up yesterday, so I've ordered from a different place, good old Euro Car Parts. Waited 24 hours for a set of brake pads and they hadn't even ordered them. Well done boys. Right, so Honda Civic in first thing today. We have this thing all day. We've got a fascia kit and a Pioneer radio. This is coming out and the guy wants to go back to a factory system. So we'll be taking out the microphone and the DAB. It's got some little carbon goodies in here. So yeah, fascia kit out, standard radio back in. He's got a set of 4 speakers. Kenwood Kentucky Fried Chicken PS 1796s. We've got adapters. Standard radio. So front speakers, back speakers. He's got a mini Phoenix Gold 500.1 amplifier. We're going to supply an amp kit because he doesn't have one. And we've got downward firing 10s to go in the boot. So we're going to hide the amplifier because it's diddy. Get the speakers done, head unit swapped. That's today's job. And at some point, hopefully about 10ish, I Should get my speakers. Should get my brake pads for the Chaser, and we can finally button this thing up, get it back together. Cool. Right, I will see you in a bit, everyone. It's due to be 27 today, a bit hot and muggy, so I've got the door down, probably get the aircon on and lock myself away. See you in a bit. Right then my dudes, let's bring you up to speed. So we've got the factory speakers out the doors. We've got Kenwood coaxials in the front. Obviously we're using the factory tweeters still. Rears are done. Some hefty cracking in the black plastics, but I've taken photos of it and made the customer aware, so he knows it wasn't me. We've got standard radio to put back in it, the Pioneer to take out. I don't know why, but we're putting the standard radio back in, and then I've started running the sub cable ready to put the amp underneath the front seat here on the left, and then run power in and signal. So that's next to do, but I'm going to stop for some lunch because it's hot as shit and I'm sweating. See you in a bit. Right then my dudes, stereo is out, speakers are out, sub and amp is in. It sounds crap. Don't know why we've gone back to this OE radio. That speaker works, that speaker works, that speaker works. This one doesn't work. There's a problem with the speaker. If I kick it or whack it, it starts playing and then it suddenly stops. Factory display is knackered, only works halfway. And obviously we've got standard radio, but we've got bass controller is in there. I don't know why we've done this swap, but I guess that's not for me to discuss. But my job's done. Obviously I need to let him know that that speaker is not working. And now I need to get the Chaser in and get that one done. A Chaser, you say? Yes, watch. See, I told you, there's another one. So this one is caged. This one is a little bit of a drifty. Mate of mine, Nathan. He uses this car. It's got the pearl paint. It's got the drift stickers. It's got the stance. It's got the indicator hanging out. It's got the drift stitches. It's got the scars. A few battles. But we've managed to get his radio there working for him, which he wanted. But yes, this one's done. I'm going to wait for him to come back and see what he wants me to do with it. But we've got, oh yeah. We've got some stuff going on in this one. But yeah, really cool cage. I like the bars on the back. My head found this on the way in. Oh, kind of makes mine look really nice. And guess what? Third shop, third day, I finally have Brembo pads. Yay! So I'm going to stay late again tonight, and we're going to get the pads in the boy. But I'm going to wait for Nath to come and get this one, and we're going to have a little chat and a giggle. See you in a bit, everyone. It's a fucking hot one. I'm a sweaty man. Not in that sense. Probably. Right then. That took way too bloody long, but finally we have some Brembo pads. So we're going to get these in. Hopefully they're right. They look good. In. Let's get a little tool. spready on the case. Oh, what a day everyone that was, Jesus. That worked, proper busy. Good, but proper busy. Anti-slip that side has moved, let's pop that back down. Nice to finally get out of this thing again actually. One through there, goes in there. Pinch. Should be it. Cool, there's one done. Move on to the other side. Right then my dudes, that's it. Friday night. I'm in the Chaser, just doing not so much a test drive, but I've got to bed the brakes in, so I'm just out. Some gentle stops. Just took some cool photos. Gonna get the car back home and chill out for the rest of the evening. It's been a long couple of days. More to come, but it's 10 o'clock at night and it's just cooling off. It's lovely. Kind of makes me want to keep going. See you in the morning. Morning everyone, Saturday morning. We got our first one in today. Hyundai i20 for Pioneer 77. We've got fascia kits put in there. This lad's radio wants a bit of fun in the car, so here we go. We've got a silver trim to replace this, so we've got to pull out the whole thing, get the radio out. CarPlay and Android Auto. This thing apparently has been a bit intermittent. We don't have a light, so we'll have to go probably with a little roof clip. DAB aerial over there, USB in the glove box, usual stuff. So get cracking on this one. I'm just taking apart the Mexican to refit my Cardo. I wanted it a little bit differently. I had the pads on top of some spacer pads, and I put the helmet on and it felt like my head was in a vice. So that has to be changed. So I'm just resetting the old Mexican, get it right. See you in a bit.
Alright then everyone, we seem to love this time-lapse voiceover stuff, so here we go. Here's a full install in the i20 and I'm going to talk you through it. So with this car, we start in the glove box. Hyundais are always a bit weird when it comes to things like this. So we have to drop the glove box, which out it goes, and then we are looking for the side, as you can see there, of the heater matrix. And there's two vents, or two cables that I have to remove from some swivel vents to allow me to pull the radio out at full tilt. If you don't remove them, you cannot remove the radio out all the way. So get the fascia out, 4 screws, Phillips top and bottom, and then there's a 10mm nut. That gets whizzed out, and there we have the radio out, finally. A-pillar trim off, so we can find a proper location for the DAB aerial. That goes on the front glass, away from anything that's going to detonate, and keep the cable to the back of the airbag. Microphone in, roof clip, and then tape the two cables together, making sure that the excess is up the A-pillar, not stuffed behind the radio, because the cable does act like an aerial as well. So it's important to keep the cable excess all up the A-pillar. And then now we are running in the USB, putting that into the location. So you kind of work from end to end. So start at the furthest point and work back towards the radio, and then everything's in the center. So now we're just getting all it's an Incartech kit, this one, for the i20. So it has a cage with the screws on it and the bolts. So we'll get that put in. And then I'm just sorting my way through all the wiring loom and pinning out the steering controls. Incartech do a plug on a load of cable, a load of adapters, so you can basically set out what kind of steering control you want connected. Then pin up the radio so all the cables are in the back. Make sure everything's connected, like the mutes and the amplifier turn on, the steering control box. Solder in the earth on the green wire, so we've got full use of that Pioneer all the time. Unscrew the 4 little screws off the Pioneer cage, and then put on my adjuster bracket so I can millimeter move the radio in and out of the dash to where I want it to sit flush. And I'm probably just off looking for some extra screws. We go back in, so plugging in the radio, just doing a little test, power it up. There we go, put the A-pillar trim back on, make sure the cables and the rubbers are out of the way. Do our test of the steering controls, and then it's basically put the radio in the dash, make sure it sits correctly where I want it to be. Plug the fascia back in, put the panel back on the trim ring on the front, and then put the front fascia on. Give the stereo a wipe. And then clicking on the heater cables on the side of the heater core again. Put the glove box in, and do the thing back up. There you go, that's the radio install start to finish. Enjoy.
Right there, my dudes. Oh, and we just turned down the old Slinky, Planet Moscow. Don't want copyright issues. So, i20 Hyundai's naturally a shit car to do. You know, not the easiest, and you have to go into detail so much with other stuff, like removing the clips off the heater matrix behind the dash, before you try and take out the fascia, because they won't move if the two are together. So that's why I started in the glove box first. But there we go, one Pioneer footed. Microphone up there. USB in the glove box. Silver trim from end to end. Everyone always asks, Alex, why don't you film and complete videos? Well, naturally, if I'm completely honest, it's my job. And this is what I do for money. So I don't really want to give everyone my tips and secrets, but there you go, time lapse from end to end, a complete installation on a high-end i20. We're not going to get many of these, so I don't mind posting this one.
10-4, report to torchlights in property, potential break-in, over.
But there we go, this one's finished. Give the customer a call. Oh, it started raining. And then we await our T6, I think it is. It's coming in this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Right, happy days. There we go, people. Job done. Smashing. In a bit. Oh, right then, chicken nuggets done. Next one in, T6. This is having Kenwood. Top of the range, CarPlay, Android Auto, sat-nav. We've got an infotainment adapter going in this thing because it's fully loaded, parking sensors, cameras, all of the fun stuff. Steering controls, so 10.1, floating screen, fascia kit, all of the bits and bobs. See you in a bit. Oh, my new valve caps have turned up for me, my center caps have turned up for my van. I'll get these put back on. See you in a bit. Right then, my dudes, afternoon is finished. We've got the T6 done. Let me just pop on in here. Right, so factory radio out, 10.1, full European mapping navigation. There we go. So this one has all the fun stuff on it, reverse camera, parking sensors, microphone up there in the center, factory DAB, steering controls will work. Just let it do its thing. So yes, CarPlay, Android Auto, all of the fun stuff. We've also got the reverse camera on here and the parking assist. So that's it, this one's done. Being collected tomorrow. I said to the guy, keep it back for him and come in tomorrow so we can have it back, because I think he's gone over to Cardiff with his missus. I'm going to pack up early, get the chaser cleaned, and I'm going to go and take the girls to Cafe in a Machine, I think, for lunch or for tea. So, see you bright and early tomorrow, or maybe. I might do some bike stuff tomorrow and get out on the bike. But it's a nice white cloud blue day. So yeah, just need to get this thing cleaned a little bit. And we'll get out for a little soupçon of dinner. See you soon. Bye.